Blair Mantin, trustee from Santin Associates here on the BT Couch, helping to relieve some stress holiday season, especially the stress that comes in January after you look at all of the spending. Yeah. Thanks for being here. And we've got about 5 points we're going to try and get through here. Yeah. First, let's talk about the family visits. And you're saying, hey, you can save a couple dollars if we talk virtual visits.
Exactly. Technology today is just amazing, and so much of it is free. So Google Hangout, amazing technology, free video conferencing, and easy enough that even your most technology-averse relative would be able to use it. You can get 5-6 people on a Google Hangout, save yourself the transit costs, and save yourself a bunch of time in transit, too, who wants to travel at peak times.
It saves the stress of having all these family members around, too. But, you know, there are going to be some families that say, no, we need to be together. This is our tradition. Yeah. So let's talk about the idea of the financial blueprint and the strategy of affordability. What is the best way to go about it when there's presence, there's travel, and there are all these elements to take into account?
You know, the best way is to have thought about it way in advance, made a budget, set out what you can do and what you have to really compromise on. You know, if you're at the point now where, you know, water's under the bridge and things have already happened, then you want to think about what are you going to do in the new year to really deal with the issue. 2 words, consumer proposal. So Google your options, think about a consumer proposal if your debts are way out of control.
And one of the big things you're saying is watch out for the credit cards, too, because it's easy to get it caught up in the spending. But these credit card interest rate fees, they're not going down anytime soon, and you're going to feel the brunt of them come January.
Oh, exactly. When you get the after Christmas credit card bill and it tells you there's 10, 20 years to pay off your balance, that's a problem. What I would say is if you're budgeting, plan to pay it off by the end of February. So whatever you spend in Christmas, think, can you make 2 monthly payments to get rid of it? If so, you don't have an issue. If it's beyond that, you may have an issue.
Okay, plan in place for the credit cards. Then there's the idea of getting creative, having the personal touch with some of our gifts and the do-it-yourself idea. Yeah. What's your take on these types of gifts?
Well, as much as we all want to channel our inner Martha Stewart and make these great handmade things that everyone's going to love, sometimes you're spending a lot more, and we don't all have the same level of skill, so you're actually producing something that's not that great. So look clearly at the cost of if you're going to do it yourself. Sometimes buying just enough supplies to make just one ornament or one invitation or whatever is going to cost you way more than if you just went to the store and bought something.
You're probably a man with a lot of spreadsheets breaking things down, looking at it all.
I'm pretty meticulous, yeah.
And I respect you for it. There's also the idea of gifts with double benefits. Explain this to us.
So this I really love. There's a bunch of charities, UNICEF, World Vision, where you can actually give them a donation and they'll do something with it, like buy a herd of goats or bring water to a village that's never had water before. So really things that are going to change the world for somebody. The double benefit is you give the gift, at tax time you have your tax receipt and you're going to get money back from the government. So rather than spending money on something that's consumption, you get nothing back. The person gets the gift, gets to feel great, the world's better off, and you get a tax refund.
You know, we talk about this on the show, this final point, the idea of how easy it is for online shopping now. A lot of great deals with Cyber Monday, Boxing Day sales being put online. What's your best point of advice for clients you work with the idea of managing that aspect? Because you can get caught up in the idea of getting the best deal.
The Purchase Act is so simple. You make a few clicks. You're not taking money out of your wallet. You don't have that physical pain of parting with cash. The best thing to do is have a cooling off period. So if you're about to click buy, step away. Take half an hour. Think about it. Am I getting the best deal? Have I thought it through with all of the extra costs, customs, brokerage, taxes, all of that? If so, after half an hour, okay, click purchase, but sometimes you'll figure out, okay, maybe I don't need to make that purchase, and you'll thank yourself for it later.
So take your time making no rushed purchases, I should say. Busy season for you. Is there an app overall, financially, budget management that you'd recommend?
You know, there's a few of them that are out there. Mint is quite good. Mint is an app that comes out. It's free. It links to all of your accounts, so it'll actually put together what are you spending on food, what are you spending on living and entertainment. It's some really big surprises. I linked it up for a couple months and figured out my daily coffee habit was a lot more expensive than I thought it was. So it's these things, when it's sand through your fingers, you're not tracking it, easy to overspend. If you've got an app that's going to help you to track it, way easier to budget and stay ahead of things.
Heard about that app before, and that is great for transparency. Blair, listen, thanks for coming by. Blair Mantin, trustee from Santin Associates. Good luck in the holiday season. Keep it on top of those spreadsheets and, of course, the dollars and cents.